What's cooking good looking? Great. Окей. Замечательно. Ну что, друзья, я надеюсь, что вы готовы. Я очень рада, что вы пришли послушать сегодня про акцент английского языка. Ну, не только английского, в принципе, про некоторые акценты, которые присущи разным национальностям. Мы будем с вами сегодня изучать, как понять, откуда человек. Но для начала не забывайте о том, что если вы выложите сторис с вебинара и отметите наш аккаунт у себя в Инстаграме, то вы обязательно получите полезность. Так что выкладывайте, как вы будете пробовать интерпретировать другие акценты, как вы будете разбирать акценты. И не забывайте подписываться на наши social media accounts, на наш YouTube, ВК, Instagram, чтобы всегда быть в курсе того, что происходит, и всегда оставаться с нами. Итак, что же нас ждет сегодня? Ну, для начала я представлю для тех, кто меня не знает, расскажу вам свою историю изучения английского, как я пришла к тому, что сейчас я преподаю на уровне C1. Потом мы с вами займемся нашей контентной частью, поговорим с вами про акцент английского, поговорим с вами про другие акценты, и вы станете экспертами. Вы будете сами мне говорить, откуда человек и почему вы так думаете. И потом мы с вами разберем, как же можно, скажем так, получить такой акцент, если вы его хотите, конечно. Но вы сможете понять, откуда человек, который с вами разговаривает. Потом я вам расскажу про мастер-группу, и в конце тех, кто досидят до конца, вас ждет офигенный бонус. Вы готовы? Давайте, если вы готовы, то ставьте плюсики в чат. Are you ready, guys, to nail this? Отлично, хорошо. Собственно, представлюсь я вам на английском, и часть нашего вебинара будет тоже на английском, поэтому давайте настраиваться на English Wave. Итак, вообще, что будет сегодня? Да? Сегодня мы с вами разберем лишь небольшую часть того, что входит вообще в английский язык, в этот прекрасный, чудесный, невероятный мир. Мы поговорим с вами про акценты, да, чтобы вы смогли приблизиться на шажок к тому, чтобы быть более такими экспертными. Но вы сами понимаете, я уверена в этом, что это лишь небольшая частичка, такая маленькая, что называется, микробинка в организме. Вот. И для того, чтобы полностью, да, cover some level, да, достичь какого-то уровня, то для этого не будет достаточно только того, что вы прослушаете про акцент, безусловно. Поэтому, чтобы все собрать в единый пазл, есть уровень C1, на котором вы не только узнаете, как изучать акценты, но и еще развьете свои academic skills и будете знать очень-очень многое, но об этом попозже. Итак, so guys, how it all started? Well, basically, I've been learning English since the 1st grade, so for a really long time. But the first time I came closer to it was, okay, so like English before 2012, let's say, was like, what are you waiting for? Like, start learning English. It's perspective. But I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not interested in that. English is not my cup of tea. I don't know, I prefer just to chill or whatever. So it's not that I was lazy, but I just didn't find English necessary to learn. But then in 2012, I literally fell in love with a British boy band called The Wanted. You can see the photo in the slide. I was so crazy about them. But then what I realized, obviously, that my English was like, right, you didn't want to learn it before, why should you do this now? So I'm not gonna help you. And I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? So I decided that now is the time and I can't lose more. And what I did, I went to London. I went to London in 2013, literally understanding nothing from what people were telling me. I was like, hello, my name is Kate, and that's it. So this is the time I realized now I'm gonna nail it. So I started learning English, going deeper into that, exploring the different spheres and niches and directions in English. So therefore, I managed to passed the Russian state exam in English on 97 scores. Then I also took the Cambridge advanced exam, which is C1 level. And where it led me to? Well, now I'm studying in 3 universities at the same time and currently living in Berlin. So I'm doing a live stream from Berlin, guys. And yeah, so I've been living here for 1.5 years. I'm a member of Erasmus Student Network. This is an international student organization which provides international students with different like services, helping to settle in the city, organizing different events, and etc. I also taught English in the Russian Educational Center, preparing for the state exam in English, of course. And here I am now. So why is it important to know for you, or like in general, what's that? So the mission of our project, the mission of what I'm doing here now and in general is to show you why English is important and essential and influential in our lives, because people are still not really aware of that. And English opens an enormous world for you. It gives you so many different opportunities, so that actually there are like thousands, millions, billions of them. And in order to understand what you can do afterwards with English, so that it's not just that you're forced to learn this in school, I will give you an example of myself again. What English gave to me? Exchange. So I went to exchange to China for 1 month. Then I went on exchange to Berlin in September 2019, and I'm still here doing my exchange. So I changed universities, I was in one, now I'm studying another one. So English gives you an opportunity to do your academic mobility. You can study in any university all around the world, and it gives you incredible experience which you can't have living just in Russia, for example. Then it's volunteering. As I told you, I'm a member of ESN, and I was also a volunteer during the World Cup. It was really magnificent and exciting. I was so happy to be part of that. So there are hundreds of different chances for you to participate in volunteering programs also all around the world, and there are many platforms where you can apply for them. So don't lose this chance. And then, of course, language itself. You can take the international exam, which helps you to get the job anywhere in the world, or to study, or to do your internship, or just to communicate with people. Yeah, and also the conferences. I was a participant and attendee of a conference about the European Union model several years ago, which was unforgettable experience as well. So English is a key to whatever you want to, honestly. And definitely traveling, which is pretty difficult in current time, but when it's over, traveling and knowing English are essential for you, because wherever you go to, well, almost almost everywhere people speak English, so you can be sure that you are safe and that you will find your way. Let's say that you will solve all the problems which can come up during your traveling. And now, my question to you is, what is your English level and what do you want to improve? Друзья, скажите мне, какой ваш уровень английского языка и почему вы хотите его увеличить, почему вы хотите его развить, и для чего вам вообще нужен английский? Давайте, я буду ждать ваших ответов. Какой сейчас ваш уровень, чего вы хотите достичь и зачем вам вообще нужен английский? B1, almost C1, B2, okay. Если вдруг вам будет что-то непонятно, что я буду говорить, то, пожалуйста, let me know. Говорите мне, потому что я могу заговориться. B2, A2, valid C1. I want to break down the language barrier. Yes, language barrier is one of the most, it's like one of the common problems. A2, Окей. Для чего вы хотите поднять свой уровень? Зачем вам английский? И сразу прошу прощения, иногда у меня есть проблемы с русским, потому что английский занимает больше 80% моего всего времени, и русский практически ничего не занимает. C1, BT. Окей, great. Как вы хотите использовать английский потом? Для чего вы учите? Для себя, просто так смотреть фильмы. Okay, just killing the time here while washing the dishes. Great. I want to have a master's degree abroad. That's a great target. My future career, amazing. For travel and work, wonderful. I want to make subtitles. Oh, wow, that's so interesting. Okay, studying abroad as well, traveling. Yeah, guys, that's awesome. That's awesome. All your goals are totally amazing, and I really hope you're going to achieve all of them. Итак, я очень надеюсь, что... Я верю в вас, я верю, что у вас все получится, и раз уж вы здесь, значит, вы этого хотите. When I speak without thinking about what word should I choose, I want to teach my children for future job. Прекрасно, замечательно, друзья, спасибо вам большое, что вы поделились, это все нереально круто, поэтому давайте будем переходить с вами к нашей части. Часть про акценты английского языка будет тоже на английском, поэтому если у вас возникает какой-нибудь вопрос, то, пожалуйста, задавайте, я буду периодически смотреть в чат. Итак, so guys, let's talk about accents in English. How can we differentiate accents? Yeah? And my first question to you will be, well, not even question, statement and then question. So there are 1.5 billion people who speak English in general, which is like 20% of the Earth's population. But my question to you is, how many from these 1.5 billion people, how many people actually speak English as their first language, as their mother tongue? Do you know this fact? How many people do speak English? Yeah, how many people speak English as their first language? Out of this 1.5 billion. How do you think? Just make some guesses and thirds shade. I don't know, like 1 billion, several millions, 1/3, about 700,000. Okay. Maybe 5%. Well, I'm bad at math. I can't really calculate. But your focus is a bit sad, actually, and positive at the same time. Okay, any other ideas? I will wait for like 30 seconds more. If not, then I will tell you. But also, like, this number is approximate. Okay, approximately there are about 360 million people who speak English as their mother tongue. So out of 1.5 billion, okay, there are just 360 million who actually speak it as mother tongue. Yeah. So the rest are people who know English, who can speak it, who speak it, but it's their second, third, fourth, and etc. Then, what we all know. Now, again, question to you. Which accents in English do you know? What are the accents which you're aware of? Which accent would you like to get, actually? So what accents do you know? British, American, Australian, Indian, Canadian, Scottish. Scottish, okay, Scottish is it's an accent of British English, the same as Cockney. We will talk about Cockney a bit as well. So, yeah, Cockney is included in the British accent. American, yeah, so we all know British English, American English, Australian English, South African English, and Irish English. However, there are so many other accents, and since you named several of the accents in English, do you know Well, those who looked at the script, they know. How to greet in different accents. How to greet in British English, how to greet in American English, how to greet in Irish English. London accent is Cockney, basically, of London workers. There are as many accents as there are languages, I guess. That's a good guess. Yeah, I think so. And also different people pronounce everything differently, so yeah. But the question is how to greet, for example, in American English, or how to greet in Irish English. To practice more what? To practice more what? Come on, guys. Do you know how to greet in different English accents? What's up? American, that's right. Just listen more. Okay, I didn't really get what you told about practice and listen more. But anyway, let's have a look at the greetings. So in Australia, they would say good day, good day, good day. In Ireland, they would say how's the form, how's the form. In South Africa, they would say how's it, how's it. And in UK, they would ask all right, like all right, is it good? And in the United States, as you said, right, what's up, bro? So there are different ways of saying the same sense, the same thought in different English accents. But these are the accents which we're aware of. However, there is always a question, where's the person from who we're talking to? For past several years, I've talked to, I think, more than 60 different nationalities, if not more, probably more. And now I know how to understand where a person comes from, unless this person doesn't have a perfect British English or American accent. So there are always some, traps, so to say. But let's have a look. So within a country, they also have different dialects and accents, right? And so then how to understand where a person comes from. And in order to learn this, firstly, you need to know some words, some vocabulary, which I'm pretty sure you are aware of some of them. Yeah, and let's just have a look and I will comment on them. So basically, the first one is syllable. It's a unit of pronunciation having one vowel sound with or without surrounding consonants, forming the whole or part of the word. Which means, like, if we take a word table or apple, let's take apple. There are two syllables, ab and pull. These are syllables. Then we have a word with you, enunciate. Enunciate to make a definite or systematic statement. Basically, when you say something correctly, to enunciate. We have a Cockney dialect. This is what we already mentioned. It's a dialect of the English language, or British English, which is traditionally spoken by working class Londoners. And it's a bit different. Then we have a consonant. Consonant is a basic speech sound which can be combined with a vowel to form a syllable. Yeah, so I guess that's also clear. Vowels and consonants. Then we have a word with you, the voice. So make a vowel or voice consonant voiceless. Like when we don't pronounce, for example, in the word exhale, you don't pronounce H. You don't say exhale. We say exhale. So we make this sound voiceless. Then we have with you a word inflection. Inflection, which means the modulation or of intonation or pitch. That's simple. When we speak, we raise our voice, or yeah. So like we never really say something with the same path or on the same like voice. We always change our intonation. And the last word, which you need to know, is adjacent, which means very near or next to. You can use it in any sense. You can use it about the letters. You can say like about the villages that they're next to each other. And that's basically the vocabulary you need to know. So, guys, are you ready now to become experts, and try how you can define where a person comes from? For this, we're going to check your intuition and knowledge. We will listen to different people speaking English. I ask my friends to record me something from different countries, and you need to guess where a speaker comes from. Are you ready? If you are, please send plus in the chat or something. Just send something on the chat. All the recordings are going to be about 15-20 seconds, so you need to listen to it carefully. And then give me your ideas. Okay, if you're ready, let's start. Speaker number 1. And also let's check the sound so that you actually hear it. I really hope you do. So let's check that. Okay.
Really, Kate, basically what happens is you get very drunk with your family and your friends, and what you do is, that's it pretty much. You try and forget the last year, generally, because it's been
I hope you heard that. And give me your ideas. Who can be this speaker? Where is he from? But firstly, tell you heard it, right? The sound worked. Okay, great. Yeah, you heard. British, Russian. Okay. Any other ideas? Russian? Oh, really? Yeah, sorry for the sound. Maybe it's not perfect because, well, I mean, when you have a recording and then you put it somewhere, the quality changes. Russian. It's like an Englishman is listening to a Russian. Okay, guys, that's very interesting, but that's not Russian. That's not Russian, it's Scottish. This is a friend of mine from Scotland, and what you need to know about Scottish accent, they don't have this R sound as in British, so they roll it. Yeah, so they basically pronounce this R sound. I'm not a phonetician, so I can't repeat the same accents. But what you need to know is that when the Scottish people pronounce U sound, they make it more like O. And on the contrary, they replace O's with U sounds. Like they would not say town, they would say tune. Or they would not say a job, they would say job. There are also different people speak differently in Scottish. But if you listen to pure Scottish accent, trust me, you will understand 30% of that. Also, Scottish people pronounce words the same, but they drop G endings. Yeah, so it's more like in British, so they would not say, I don't know, they would not say reading, they would also say reading. And he also did some records when you were talking about Christmas. Yes, it's the same friend. But I'm glad that people watched that you were there last time. I'm sorry for the echo, but I can't change that because this is technology. I don't know how to make it without an echo. And another thing which you need to know about Scottish is that no gets a bit of O sound, and the main make it sound like not no, but now or nay. The last one is nay. And as you could understand, Scottish sounds a little bit like Russian because they pronounce it more rough, let's say, or harsh. So they actually pronounce the consonants, or they pronounce this R rolled. Okay, so now you know how Scottish people sound. Then let's move to another one. The next one. Speaker 2. I hope there will not be echo. Probably it also depends on different recordings. I'm sorry if there is. Hope you're ready. Let's listen to the second one.
Drinking, playing games, eating good food, firework display on the TV or in person. And yeah, then you just like wish everybody a Happy New Year on WhatsApp and on in person. Yeah.
I think this one was clear, right? This friend of mine, she has a perfect, well, I mean, obviously because she's from this country and she's from that city, and yeah, her accent is just awesome. Okay, British, Australian, American. Wow. Interesting. American. Brit. All right. That's so interesting to know your ideas. American. No, guys, it's British accent. It's pure London. It's a pure British accent coming from London. This friend of mine is from London. No, she's
Drinking, playing games.
It's a British accent, and speakers, the British speakers, they don't roll their R's. So, like, you would not say car as you would say in American English. They would say car, or like perfect, not perfect, perfect. So they make it smoother. Per, per. They pronounce you in stupid and in duty with the U or U sound. So they would not say stupid or duty. They would say stupid and duty. Also, they sometimes drop the T's when they're in the middle of words, especially in Cockney accent, so from London. Like, they would not say Scottish, but they would say Scottish. Or what else? Not British, but British. So they drop it. They drop R's, they drop T sounds. And they try to make it as more elegant as it's possible. They also have these breath sounds like p, t, and etc. Yep, p. So this is about British accent. You can clearly understand the difference between British and American accents because they're completely different, actually. Okay, wonderful. Scottish is done. British is done. The next one. Speaker 3. We're going to have 9 of them, so get ready.
Notice I didn't answer to your previous message. I don't know why I thought I had. Yeah, I like the way you asked at the end, did you finish at least something? And yeah, I'm almost done with Berlin. Like, I finished a paper and I thought I finished one.
Okay, your ideas. I think also this person spoke pretty with a not like very, very strong accent, but still. I actually tried to ask those friends who don't have that strong accents. Okay, South America, American, German, I'm confused. Yeah, guys, firstly, there are not just English accents. It can be from anywhere in the world. It can be German, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, whatever. Indian. Okay, that's so interesting. So we have got South Africa, America, Germany, and India. But this is actually an Italian accent.
Notice I didn't answer to your previous message.
Because what Italians do, they get the R sound down as well. They usually stress the second to last syllable of a word. I will try to make an Italian accent. It can be like very strong, but they would say something like, when Italians say like, Mario, what are you doing? So they're like, what are you doing? What's that? Sort of. They also pronounce the E sound as in the word cell or ethics, so more like eh. And they also end questions with no. And not even as it's a question, they say no. In English, you would say, you know it, right? They would say, you know, no, no, no. I have a friend who always says that. She's like always saying, and I told him that, yeah, it didn't work out, no? And I was like, yeah, sure. So Italians, they have, well, if they have strong accent, you clearly can understand that because they make this Italian manner of speaking. Like, and I told him that la 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 la. So just try to pretend that you're Italian and you want to speak Italian, and yeah, you're like, where is my pizza? My pizza, my pasta is so cold. Something like that. So that was Italian accent. Okay, now the next one. The next one, speaker 4. I hope you will get this one because it's pretty strong. And let's get it.
My driving instructor called me. Tomorrow it's only possible to have a driving lesson at 8, so that means, because I have to drive to Zeuthen, to Brandenburg, that means that I have to get up at 6.
Okay, there was also a word which could help you to understand where Hessen comes from, but he has pretty strong accent actually. Your ideas. Where can he be from? Spanish? American, Australian, Russian finally? No, guys. No. None of that. There was British. No. Like, the accents will not repeat, okay? We had reviewed Scottish, British, and Italian. And no. Like, this is the thing, because a person was talking with a pretty harsh manner, pronouncing these T sounds, and there was a word he told like clearly with this accent. Yes, it's German.
My driving instructor called me.
So Germans, like I met so many people in Berlin who didn't speak that good English, and all of them had the same thing with accent. And this friend of mine, he has pretty strong accent. So they don't pronounce the W's, the W sound, they pronounce it as V. Then they don't pronounce V, they do it as in German as Z or S. And at the end of gerund form, they make it ink, not ing. So they basically speak Denglish in terms even of their pronunciation. So they speak English, but in German, you know? And they also make this R sound as in German. Like, I can't pronounce it. It goes to your back of your mouth like R. But I can't pronounce that. So, for example, I prepared a phrase for you because, well, since I'm living in Germany, I think it's a bit, yeah, it's actual. So, the phrase, I'm going to read it out loud, and then I will tell you how it actually should be in English. So, they would pronounce it, you are thinking, what is this thing? Which means, you're thinking, what is this thing? So see, they have th as s, then ing as ink. Instead of saying thinking, they would say sinking. What is not what, it's what. Was ist das? What is this thing? I think I pronounced it more with Russian accent though, but that's about Germany. So in German, it's pretty harsh. It's, yeah, you probably sometimes will not get what they're telling you just because they pronounce it in the way which another word should be pronounced. So it's kind of like Russian. Yeah, that's right. So when you hear something where it's a lot of v, s, k sound, that's German. And now the next one. Pam, pam, pam. Hope you're ready.
Kate, I have edited the eating part as well. I'm going to send, but can you please read this and tell me what do you think? I am finishing everything, so there's no copy paste. Those were for my knowledge and my points. So even the first part on eat was, I had written it, but I'm making everything new. Can you?
This one can be a bit more difficult because this person moved to another country and his accent and his accent changed a bit. Okay, Indian, South Africa, something like Indian, more east. This is Indian, right? This is
Kate,
Indian. This is Indian, but this friend of mine, he moved to Canada and he has lived there for quite time. So it's not like really, really strong one because I have a neighbor and they're Indians and I literally can't understand what a guy is telling me. Oh, like when he sees me, I'm like, what? Like, sorry. So Indians, they pronounce T sound normally as like the, because the T should be also in the back to it's smoother, and they pronounce it more as like d. So they would not say like table. They would say table. It goes somewhere here closer to the like to your mouth, to the beginning of your mouth. Then the W, the W sound, would also be as V, and A would turn to E more. And also, they pronounce R pretty strong as well. Again, table would not be table, it would be like double. I can't do this D, but it's like double. And you can also hear the L, it's like table, something like that. But Indian accent is recognizable. I would say that it's one of the most recognizable ones. Okay, we already have 5, right? The next one. I'm sure you will understand it. You'll guess it.
You can just put the iPhone with the codes on the laptop and pretend that you're looking at the screen and just look at the codes and write them, no?
That
Okay. Russia, Russian, finally. Finally, Russian. Everyone is for Russian. Oh, one so Irish. It's Russian. Yes, it's Russian. Right, guys, this is Russian. Though also not the strong one. So yes, it's Russian. It is Russian. We Russian people, we roll the R, pronouncing it in Russian language, right? So we don't pronounce the, we pronounce it as S more, and we have so much inflection. Like all the time when we speak English, we're like boom, boom, it's like going up, going down, going up and going down. So we're very emotional, I would say. Well, me specifically. But yeah, if you want to make proper Russian accent, you just say it as you want to say it and be a little bit more harsh, guys. And then you will definitely get your Russian accent. But what I told you, if you want to get rid of the Russian accent, you just need to practice more, obviously, and try not to roll this R like that. Whether make it smoother like R, not like R, but R, that it goes somewhere here like R, and don't say think, because think is a different thing. It's not think. Put your tongue between your teeth. Th. It's th sound. Think. And probably we should be a little bit calmer when we speak English. But I heard from many foreigners that they actually really enjoy listening to Russian accent. So, okay, and we have with you 2 left. 3 left. Okay, let's see.
Insane! I didn't notice that you messaged me literally 1 month before your birthday. Yeah, I mean, it's not the dress, it's like some stage that they didn't finish.
Okay, South African. Guys, I don't have friends from South Africa. I need to admit. South African accent, you know who has it? Elon Musk has a South African accent, so you can listen to him. This friend of mine is not from South Africa. So other ideas. Also, like this friend of mine actually studies English studies, so her accent is also not as strong. Maybe Irish. Nope. I don't have friends from Africa, from South Africa. And it's not Irish. This accent is so typical for Spanish, right? Yes, it's Spanish. Did you hear how she pronounced G? She didn't say stage, she said stage, like H. And then she didn't say finish, she said finish, or something like that. So Spanish people, there's also this term as Spanglish. So basically, Spanish people, when they speak English, they drop the final consonants at the end of the word. So that again, she didn't pronounce finish. She said finis. Then they substitute a final M with N due to the Spanish language, and they pronounce the Spanish R something like, I can't pronounce it because I can't make the Spanish R and like French R as well. But they pronounce it also more strong, I would say, like r, like r. And they add a vowel before if it's in the beginning, they add it with st. Like they would not say state, they would say estate. They literally add in the beginning. Like I'm serious. I have friends from Spain, and they all the time added before st, and I was like, why? Like statue. Why would you do that? But they do, and they don't pronounce G. They pronounce as h because of Spanish. So they don't really say good. They say like hoot. Honestly, that's true. That's completely true. That's what I experienced so many times. So Spanish people, when they speak English, they speak Spanish but using English words. It's the same as German people do. They speak English but they speak German but using English words, basically. That was Spanish. And now you will have a conversation between two people, like 30 seconds long. So there will be two accents, and you need to write me both of them. I hope you're ready.
It's just, I think about that all the time. I'm like, where's my glass? You know, like, how full is it? Am I ready for this? Like, you know, like you have to think about, how do you not think about these things though? I don't understand. How are you not asking yourself these questions? Like, I don't know.
But I totally get it, because like when I talk with my sister, for example, because we're so like, and at the same time it's so different. I don't know how to explain it, but because she's really rational and I'm not. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I've always been like really
A free spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, there are two accents, so you need to tell me both of them. You must get the one of them. Something on Tatarian. There was no Tatarian. Probably echo changed the sound, but no, there was no Chinese. I really want you to understand one of the people. Please. One of the speakers has like a perfect accent. I'm really confused. I think one of them is Chinese. No. Repeat, please. Yeah, let's listen to it again. I'm for.
It's just, I think about that all the time. I'm like, where's my glass? You know, like, how full is it? Am I ready for this? Like, you know, like you have to think about, how do you not think about these things though? I don't understand. How are you not asking yourself these questions? Like, I don't know.
But I totally get it, because like when I talk with my sister, for example, because we're so like, and at the same time it's so different. I don't know how to explain it, but because she's really rational and I'm not. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I've always been like really
A free spirit.
Yeah.
French and somebody. Irish. Guys, you told about this accent so many times, but now you can't recognize it. Lady's French. Yes, girl is French, that's right. But who is the guy? How do you think, where does the guy come from? Australian? No, not Australian. Not Australian. But Korean. No way. No, like Asian people, they pronounce English words completely different because of the lack of the sounds. Like Chinese people can't pronounce R at all. New Zealand. The guy's from UK. No, the guy's from America. He's from Texas. They was American and French. This was American English. That was American accent. But you need to understand that in America, they also had different accents within. And this one was from Texas. But he pronounced that R, so American R. Like, I don't understand that. So, American and French. What you need to know about American? The R is always pronounced. Car, receipt, perceive, or something like that. Precise. They always do that. Also, another thing, they pronounce A sound, they pronounce not A as in British. Like, in British English, you would say can. In American, they would say can. In British, you would say dance. In American, you would say dance. It's different. And then they also had a tonic syllable. So in America, they pronounce all the letters, basically. And they have this R sound, which is like so recognizable and specific for them. Difficult to find accent when you hear it for the first time. Yes, obviously, that's why you are learning this now. Yeah. So American English is, I would say that this accent is a bit easier to learn because you just need to pronounce all the letters basically, and you're like, you can say, I don't know, like, it's easier for you to repeat this R sound. It's easier to say everything with A, not R, as in British English. So I would also say that for Russians, it's easier to learn American accent rather than British. And the last one was French. I can't repeat the French accent because, again, my R sound, it just doesn't go. But you could hear how the girl was talking. Yeah, they don't really pronounce this the sound. They pronounce more as z or z. And then they unvoiced th more as s or t. Then they can't really stress syllables. And they will usually pronounce everything at the same stress. So they don't really stress in the words. Or if they do, it's most of the times at the end. And R is pronounced in the back of the throat because of French. And when they speak French, there are some people who have really strong French accent. So you can recognize because they put so much from French manner so that you're like, you're from France. You're like, yes. Okay. So, from now, what do you need to know about the accents? Absolutely, surely, this takes time to understand where a person comes from. However, there are some things which can help you to identify where a person comes from. And as we talked with you, British, they make it more elegant and smooth, and they don't pronounce R sound. Yeah, they make it R. Then Scottish sounds a bit like Russian, and they substitute O with U like J. Then German, they just speak German but with English words. They make V sound, they make T, they make ink sound. Spanish people speak Spanish using English words, so they don't pronounce G, they say H. They pronounce R in Spanish way. Then Italians, they add no in the end. They have this Italian manner of speaking. Just imagine person just imagine this. What's that? What's that? Tell me, what's that? I don't understand that. So like that. Then Indians, they had this d sound. They had this l. They had this r. They would not say, for example, water. They would say water, water. Then what else did we have? The American pronounce R as R, car, sound. French, they just speak as literally like French people. So they add this, like this manner when French people talk, like this so musical, I would say, in a certain sense. They'll add into the English. And then Russians, well, you know how Russians speak. So if you want to improve your English accent, you need to decide which one you would like to get, American or British. If you want to get American, just watch more American movies and listen to them speaking. Also, if you want a specific accent, you can go for different accents within the USA and choose the one you prefer the most. If you want to get British accent, it's if you want to get like Cockney or Scottish or Irish or whatever, you can go for it. Of course, otherwise I would highly recommend you to watch a TV series, Sex Education, because the Otis mom, she has perfect British accent. When I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, could you speak more? Her accent is perfect, so I highly recommend you if you want to learn the British accent. But the most important thing which you need to remember if you want to get rid of Russian accent is pronunciation of R sound and make it smoother. This is true that British people change the accent a lot depending which part of London they live in. Yeah, it can happen because as we talked with you, Cockney is more for what Londoners, right? So it will not change a lot. Probably just some manners or intonation would change, but overall it would sound the same. Because, for example, I have a friend from Birmingham and then a friend from London. Yeah, they speak more or less with the same accent. You would just say it's British accent. So what is really different British accent is when you go to Scotland or Wales. Then yeah, there it's different. You can hear the differences. But within London, it can vary, but not too much. I would say so. Okay. Do you have any questions regarding this part? Is it now a bit more clear how to understand where a person comes from? Obviously, this is a topic which you can talk for a really long time, but we don't have that much time. That was like an overview for you. So tell me, are there any questions left? It's, everything comes with the learning. Scottish and Irish seem to me the same. Is there any difference? Yes, there are differences between Irish and Scottish accents because from my personal experience, I could not get an Irish person for like 3 days. I was asking him to repeat everything he was telling me several times because I could not get that. But with Scottish, as I told you, if this is pure Scottish accent, you would not really understand it. Irish accent, pure Irish accent, is also not that understandable. The point is that they are different. I can't tell you like all the specific differences because I didn't have that much experience with Irish people. But as I can say, again, relying on who I was talking to, it seemed to me that they speak more with like having porridge in their mouth. Like this somewhere, everything was concentrated somewhere here in the mouth when you chew, And with Scottish, it's just completely different pronunciation. They just have different sounds. Did I answer your question? Are you American? No, no. Actually, I would say that I'm trying more to get the British accent, but of course it's difficult. But I wouldn't say that I'm American. Also, my friends told me that it's more British rather than American. But I still have this R sound, so. What is your most aggressive accent on hearing? Aggressive? Aggressive. That's a good question. Aggressive. I don't think I have one which would be aggressive, but I would say that the one which I can't understand is Turkish and Indian. These are so difficult to understand. But I would say that, okay, German is a bit harsh, but you can understand them. In American Great Britain, so many different accents like Louisiana or Texas sound different. Yes, exactly. That's why I told you that in Great Britain, there are 33 different accents, if I'm not mistaken. In States, I suppose it depends a lot on the state. I think that different states have different accents. What about Chinese? Chinese people can't pronounce R sound, so they mostly make it with le, and they make it more. They add their more Chinese manner as well. They try to make it more musical too. But you can always recognize if it's Asian or not, because their voices are normally higher than ours. So also when they speak English, it sounds like a higher intonation. So yeah, and then the S sound is different. They're more like si. Because like for example, in Chinese, because I'm actually studying Chinese, they would say like thank you is like 谢谢, and they have this si sound, which they also use in English. Which accent is better to learn, I guess, British or American? It doesn't matter. American is more popular, yes, and also because, as I told you, it's easier to get it. It's easier to learn the American accent rather than British, because in British you really need to work hard. And there are more phonetician, phonetical, like parts in British. But you can't say which accent is better to learn. It just depends on you. Because in all the countries, people would understand you. So yeah, if you want to get the American one, you can go for American one. If you want British, go for British. If you want to study abroad and you want to go to America, probably it would make more sense for you to focus more on American. If you want to go to Great Britain, on British. That's what I would say. Okay. Are there any questions more left? Because we're coming to another part. You guys are well done. Yay. We managed to get to know different accents in English. And what's now? So what now? You got this, guys. You got this. But let me now switch to the Russian. Итак, друзья, мы с вами разобрали разные акценты, попытались понять, кто откуда. Теперь вы знаете некоторые детали акцентов других стран. И это то, что изучается, это можно изучать это по сути на любом уровне. Но действительно проникнуться вот этой вот разницы разных акцентов, разных людей можно на уровне C1. И поэтому у меня к вам вопрос. Тем, кто сейчас, да на любом уровне. Если вы на А2, Б1 хотели бы вы достичь C1, те, кто на Б2, планируете ли вы пойти на C1, те, у кого уже есть C1, как вы себя чувствуете? Как вы думаете, сколько времени нужно, чтобы освоить уровень C1? Какая должна быть цель? Насколько это просто или легко? У нас остаются самые стойкие. Теперь я понял, что все языки звучат для меня как ирландский. Я бы посоветовала послушать Pure Irish Accent, и тогда будет мне кажется, более понятна разница между ирландским и остальными акцентами. Думаю, пару лет нужно с B2 до C1. Угу. Окей, хорошо. Так, остальные, что вы скажете? Вот те, например, у кого А2 уровень. Как вы думаете, сложно ли вам добраться до C1? Планирую перейти на C1 с B2, но пока всерьез занялась испанским, и на английский времени не хватает. История моей жизни. Чтобы вы понимали, я учусь в Берлине на немецком языке. Моя специальность — это китаистика. И еще я занимаюсь английским. Так что время можно найти всегда. Планирую, никак не могу добраться до C1. Боже, я была не сначала, думала, что ты американка, неожиданно было слышать русскую речь. Нет. Ну, спасибо, мне лестно. Так вот, друзья, для тех, кто думает, что до C1 нужно несколько лет. Ну, по сути, какая у вас есть, да, какие у вас есть опции? Картиночка что-то не та. Упс. Но зато вы знаете, смотрите, мы рассказывали про историю. Для тех, кто были не выбирали, вы можете оставить все как есть, прослушав, например, сегодняшний вебинар, да, узнав про акценты. У вас и все, и на этом вот, например, да, у меня нет времени, или, ну да, это здорово, круто, но я не знаю, с чего начать, ну, в общем, пусть оно будет как будет. У вас есть вариант самостоятельно, да, это то, что вы сидите и пытаетесь себя заставить что-то учить, это, например, я и мой немецкий. Мой немецкий, как бы, на нормальном уровне я бы хотела достичь B2, но я все никак не займусь этим. Вы понимаете, я вот сижу реально вот так вот, постоянно такая, надо учить немецкий, пора учить немецкий, говори на немецком. Но это сложно, я это понимаю. И есть третья опция. И это мастер-группа. Это моя мастер-группа уровня C1. И у меня к вам следующий вопрос. Хотите, я вам расскажу про мастер-группу? Мы уже с ребятами на 2-м месяце. Вот. Хотите ли вы узнать подробнее про мастер-группу, что мы проходим, чем мы занимаемся, какие мы темы покрываем, и почему вам это поможет реально достичь уровня C1? Давайте. Рассказать вам? Твоя МГ замечательно, хочу C2. О, спасибо большое. Все для вас. Угу, получила плюсики. Окей, отлично. Да, это отличный вариант, это правильный вариант мастер-группы. Смотрите, какие темы мы уже прошли. Вообще, что мы делаем? Мы с ребятами, безусловно, мы повторили все времена. Мы разобрали все заново. Мы поговорили с ними про тему природы, создания, nature, nurture, да, поведение, поговорили про политику, поговорили про коронавирус, поговорили про разные культуры. Мы разобрали на уровне C1 инверсию, да, мы поговорили про науку, про глобальные проблемы. Сейчас что мы делаем с ребятами? Мы с ними переходим больше на academic skills. Мы с ними разобрали инфинитив и герундии. Мы с ними поговорили про бизнес-этикет, как себя правильно презентовать. Вот у нас как раз было занятие 14 числа, мы с ними разбирали, как давать правильно критику, как презентовать себя, как рассказывать о себе. Плюс мы скоро будем переходить к negotiation skills, о том, как вообще общаться на бизнес-уровне, не на бизнес, как делать сделки и так далее. И потом в феврале мы сделаем такой финальный рывок, что называется. Мы будем много говорить про сленг, мы будем говорить про разницу как раз-таки между британским, американским, английским. Мы будем говорить про культуру отношений в Европе. Мы разберем, наконец-таки, как писать CV и резюме, как писать разные research, как писать reports. Плюс мы поговорим про leading skills, да, как что называется, работать в команде. Вот, поэтому, каков ваш путь? Каков путь моих учеников, которые сейчас? Вы подаете заявку в МГ, вы проходите вступительный тест, потом, когда вы уже в МГ, вы, соответственно, получаете вебинары, которые длятся от часа до 1,5 часа, и иногда, может, дольше. Вот. После того, как вы посмотрите вебинар, у вас будет домашнее задание. 5 домашних заданий в неделю. чтобы все закрепить, чтобы все повторить, чтобы разобрать нереально классные, крутые темы. Плюс каждую неделю у нас мозговые штурмы, чтобы вы могли практиковать то, что мы проходим на занятиях, чтобы вы могли это запоминать и использовать. Плюс у нас есть прекрасная табличка, где описываются разные слова, которые мы проходим на занятиях, плюс фразы, их использование и так далее. У вас есть наставник, который вам всегда может помочь. И дальше у нас рубеж. Рубеж, который ведет вас к вашей цели. Бум! И вот вы достигаете уровня. У вас есть 3 месяца, чтобы достичь этого уровня. И то, что мы разбираем на C1, это реальные темы C1. Это реальные темы, это то, что проходит на C1. Это то, после чего, когда вы выйдете, вы можете сказать, да, у меня есть вокабуляр уровня Advanced. Так оно есть. Плюс у вас есть 5 жизней. Почему 5 жизней? Потому что мы не хотим вас запугивать, что, о боже мой, вы не делаете ДЗ, вот, все, минус жизнь. Нет, наоборот, для того, чтобы вас мотивировать, чтобы у вас всегда была практика английского, чтобы английский был всегда с вами. Поэтому это хороший способ того, когда, если вы тоже из тех людей, которые стоят 3000 рублей в месяц, если мы сравним это, например, с ценами там репетиторов или каких-то индивидуальных занятий, то обычно за одно занятие это где-то 1000-1500. А у вас получается за 8 вебинаров, 22 домашки, за личным наставником, мозговые штурмы, челленджи, кстати, скоро стартует, Speaking Challenge, так что, ребята, присоединяйтесь. Табличка и поддержка 24/7, вы всегда можете обратиться ко мне. И за это все вы платите всего лишь 3000 рублей в месяц. Что это значит? Это значит, что вы можете присоединиться уже сейчас. Вы можете присоединиться уже сейчас, написав в нашу группу ВК Лондон, кодовое слово Лондон, мое кодовое слово Лондон. Вот, и вы можете присоединиться к февралю, или уже записаться на следующий поток в марте, у нас будут небольшие изменения, и заодно получить еще скидочку. Итак, но помимо этого, если вы это сделаете в течение суток, вы сможете получить записи уровня B2 и спецкурс по фразам, глаголам и артиклям. И тогда получается, что вот эта вся бесценная информация, все, что вы сейчас видите, вместо того, чтобы платить за это 8500, вы заплатите всего 3000. 3000 вы получаете 2 курса, 3 курса, 2 курса на уровень, плюс еще спецкурс. Мне кажется, это просто нереально круто. Просто вау. Итак, можете отсканировать QR-код, можете просто зайти в группу. Напишите слово Лондон, и присоединяйтесь к нам, я буду безумно рада вас видеть, всех и каждого. Вот мои ученики, которые здесь, спасибо вам, что вы были со мной, что вы пришли, я очень рада, что вы здесь. И, как я вам обещала, конечно же, бонус! Все, кто остались до последнего, вы заслужили свой классный, прикольный, замечательный бонус, а именно Chinwag. Итак, у меня вопрос к вам, как вы думаете, что это такое? Есть ли у вас какие-нибудь идеи? Подождите, это еще не все. У вас такое классное сланговое выражение. Это очень-очень-очень британское. Это прям супер британское. Chinwag. Давайте, идея есть. Как вы думаете, что это может значить? Let your chinwag own your opinion, never go with me anyway. На самом деле мем такой, может быть, вам не сильно поможет, но если вы не знаете, что такое chinwag, просто поставьте минусик, потому что вы все равно сейчас узнаете, что это. Жду ваших сообщений. И раскрою вам тайну этого слова. Отлично, спасибо, ура. Итак, chinwag means to have a conversation. So we had a great chinwag over a bottle of wine. Chinwag означает завести какой-то разговор, да, то есть вы можете сказать we had a conversation or we talked, или же можете сказать chinwag. Мы поговорили как это правильно по-русски, под бутылочку вина, за бутылочку вина. Так что, если вы с кем-то хотите поговорить, вы можете сказать do we have a chinwag? Or should we chinwag? Should we make a chinwag? Should we have a chinwag? Запоминайте это слово, запоминайте эту фразу, используйте ее в своем активном лексиконе. А у меня на этом все. Thank you guys so much for your attention. It was a big pleasure to be here with you today. I hope you enjoyed our webinar about different accents in English and you learned something new for yourself. And I'm looking forward to see all of you on our course to get to know even more about English, British English, American English, and the world of English in general. Так что, друзья, спасибо вам большое, что вы сегодня были здесь. Я безумно рада была провести вам этот вебинар. Надеюсь увидеть вас на своей мастер-группе. Так что спасибо вам, что были. Желаю вам отличных выходных, хорошего настроения, всего самого классного. Держитесь, давайте идти вперед, и чтобы у вас все получалось. Так что спасибо вам большое, всех обнимаю, и до встречи. Пока-пока.